Hello and welcome back to my craft room. Well, I can't believe it. Luckily, I've just noticed now, I've just been sat here chattering away to you, very excitedly opening a parcel for 10 minutes, and then luckily glanced up and realised that I hadn't actually pressed record. And this is such a special parcel. Luckily, I'd only just started getting into it, so I've rewrapped the couple of bits that I'd opened. And I'm going to start again. So this is a beautiful box from Mand. Mand is someone who I knew of because I know she's commented on my videos and things before, and she always says such lovely things. She's corresponded by email to ask if it's not too late to send a piece of bonkers quilt. And I said, make sure it's a small one, So I've been saving a space. And I knew of her because she'd sent a lovely note and a card to Jo at Bazaar, because she loves their stuff as much as I do, and she just with lovely words. And Jo had passed it on to me as well. Yeah, so I knew of her anyway. And she did say, she let me know she'd sent the quilt piece off the other day and said she'd put in a couple of other bits and pieces. Well, I've just had a second late afternoon delivery. We sometimes get a second delivery from Royal Mail when it's these bigger parcels. And this is what she sent. I love this. It says Stitch on the box. So there's loads in it. I've just opened it up. It is the most gorgeous parcel. Beautifully wrapped things in here. I don't want you to miss it. So I've rewrapped a couple of bits I started on. But the first thing I wanted to do was show this gorgeous outside of a parcel, so I put some tape over addresses so I can show you. Now, I've had a lot of lovely stickers on Happy Man and masking tape and washi tape and things, but these are particularly gorgeous, especially as I've just started the free taster, the 9 days taster event with the Year of Magic with Tam Laporte from Willowing Arts. And so these are gorgeous, magical, whimsical illustrations on these stickers. I'm going to have to really try very, very hard to get them off in one piece and use them to decorate an art journal or something. Look how fab they are. Gorgeous on the back as well. Aren't they lovely? So yeah, must try and get them off in one piece. So then I went into the parcel. I opened the card first. Look at the gorgeous writing. Everything is so beautiful. And look at this. Now, I have spent a good few minutes going through all the gorgeous details on this. I'm sure some of these are recycled and found items. I know that Mand loves the Bazaar scrap packs as well, so I'm sure some of these bits have come from there. Every single piece feels just so lovely. It's like a little magpie card. It's beautiful little things, little treasures and textures and trinkets. So beautiful, and it smells really lovely as well. Just love it. I just love that, and it's all on this sort of hand painted die cut background piece. Very, very pretty. Mand Barber, handmade. So let's see, I'll read this again. And then this is I know that Mand put these words in a card for Jo, and Jo was so taken with it. And the quote is from Maya Angelou. I love Maya Angelou's writing. Nothing can dim the light which shines from within. And it's so beautiful. I love those words. So September 2025. Dearest Annie, finally my bonkers quilt square has arrived. Look at the beautiful writing. Thank you so very much for all your support and encouragement. You are very, very welcome, Mand. Thank you for taking part. Just this wouldn't be happening without all of you. Love all you do on YouTube. Thank you to you and everyone for making this project possible. God bless. Sweetest blessings, Mand. Oh. So thank you very, very much for being part of it. And now the next part was I haven't tied this back up again as beautifully as Mand did. I just got all cross with myself for forgetting to push the button. It was tied much more beautifully with this gorgeous ribbon which has a golden sparkle to it. Let me see, very subtle shimmer to it, and it looks like it's been hand dyed. It's very pretty and will most definitely get reused. Lovely card, which is also reused. She did say reusing an old card. So would I. It's such a fabulous card. It's like the best kind of party game that like I'm the winner every time. Collage drawer. This is the beautiful Bonkers quilt piece. Look at it. So one of the lovely things is that it's got this so that you can see the back, and I think that's going to be a lovely feature on our quilt to show the back of the work. Mind you, it is the tidiest backside I've seen pretty much. For all of that business that's going on there, it would be a complete mess on the back if that was me, so it's beautifully done. It looks like this back piece is a reused piece of vintage linen. I was trying to work out what the stitching was. It looks like an incredibly, impossibly neat hand back stitch. I think it must actually be a machine stitch. I think it's just a bit too neat for hand stitch, but it's a lovely, if it's a machine stitch, it's a lovely machine stitch, really nice. Another piece of recycled fabric here, and she must have drawn this beautiful design on, and then she's just worked it all in this, mostly in chain stitch, in these lovely shades of green and then purples and blues there, and some of that sort of golden ochre yellow coming through, and lots of beading. There's different textures of beads. There's matte ones and shiny ones, iridescent ones, and these are scattered around here, and these all around this shape are tiny sequins with even tinier beads stitched into the centre of each one to hold each one in place. Gorgeous, and so much work in it. Bugle beads around there, and these are tiny French knots in metallic thread. Love these little things. Little detached chain stitches around there. The bead at the centre. So pretty, beautiful. And I had, just before I realised that I wasn't filming, I had just had the brainwave. I think because Mand also put in this little envelope with, let's put that on there now, a little note in it. Annie, threads included that I thought you may need. Lovely. So she's put in a piece of each of the threads that she's used in this piece. Whoops. Really lovely threads. They're like a number 8 perle, but they feel nicer than perle that I've used. They have a real luster to them. You can see it in the work as well. I think you can see it on camera. I don't know what kind they are, but they just feel particularly nice. And that's when I got to thinking, well, I can use it to stitch the piece on and blend into the surrounding area, but also how lovely it would be to embroider some words on there. I like the idea of leaving this piece on the quilt like this so that people can lift it and see it. Kind of represents all of the work that's gone on to create all of the pieces on the quilt, you know, all summed up in this is what goes on in the back. This is the work that's gone into each of those pieces. And I thought, wouldn't it be nice to embroider something on there? And then I thought, what about that lovely quote, that Maya Angelou quote? Wouldn't it be great to work that? And it's a longish quote, so it might not work in the number 8 threads. It might need to be done in a finer thread. But this is quite a fine fabric, so I'm sure I can do it. So that's what I'm thinking, but I need to know that Mandy's all right for me, is happy for me to do that. I don't know if she had a particular idea. But yeah, so let me know, Mandy, if you're happy for me to do that. I think that would be a lovely quote. I think it kind of resonates really well with our community, and I think lots of people in our community will love that quote as much as I do. Look at this, reusing an old card, yay! I'm all for that. Look how much I've not even made a dent in this yet. Now I reckon this must be the same ribbon, and with this one she's dyed it and spritzed it with something to give it that gorgeous shimmer. Got a nice feel to it. This feels like silk. My goose pimples are running absolutely rampant. They're all down my back. Oh, this feels lovely. Oh, do you know what I'm thinking with this? Bit of pajagi work. It's all got that lovely smell. Oh my word, look at this. What? Hang on, I don't know what to look at first. Let's look at this. Oh no, let's look at this first. Look at this. Lovely fabric, textured embossed piece. Oh, dearest Danny, a little something I made for you. I was hoping to see you at the bazaar event, however it wasn't meant to be. Never mind. Sending you so much love, man. I hope you'll be able to come next year. Because even I mean, I haven't spoken to Jo about it yet, whether or not she wants us to come and do that Stitchy Corner again. But even if she didn't, I shall still be going anyway. It seemed to go very well. I'm sure she probably will want us. Will be happy for us to do it again. Oh, you made it for me. Hang on a minute, I'm having another moment. Oh. And I love the idea of wrapping it in this beautiful silk scarf, you know, instead of in paper that, you know, you might not be able to use again. This is just so gorgeous. Look, I recognise this fabric from Bazaar scrap packs. I love it. I've got a piece of that stashed away to do something special with. Look at all the embroidery she's done it. She's added this lovely button. Let's see, a lot of these beads and things will come from the scrap packs too. Oh, look, these beads have been stitched on with lots and lots of stitches going right round them to give that effect. That's a lovely, actually I'm thinking that would be a nice effect in my underwater piece, wouldn't it? Like little tiny crustaceans of some kind. Lots of beads and sequins, metallic threads. I bet every time I look at this for a while I'm going to see something new. Love the little butterfly. I think she's used mostly this fabric, which I recognise that I've got a piece stashed away, and then she's applied other pieces on top of it, and then added lots and lots and lots of stitching. Look at this. It's beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Amanda, I love it. I love it. I love it. Look at all these French knots here. Let's have a look inside. Oh, look. Oh, that's going to be so handy. I can use that for all sorts of things, so many things. Probably in project bags. That's my most likely use. And you can never have too many of them because I've always got so many projects on the go. This is so lovely. Look at these flowers. Ribbon embroidery, metallic threads, sequins, beads. It's so, so beautiful. Such a lot to take in on that. I'll finish filming this and I'll go back through the whole box again and look at it all again. It'd be a nice way to keep a little mini art journal actually. And this, which I was thinking, oh, it's fabric I can do pajagi with it. But actually, it's just beautiful as it is. It's too beautiful to cut up, isn't it? Oh, it's got a hole. Oh, good. It's got a hole in it. So that means I can recycle it, and I could do pajagi with it then, because it would be so lovely for that. Let's see if it will hold. It feels like silk. What a funny thing to say. Oh, good. It's got a hole in it. Will it hold a? Yes, it holds a crease beautifully. So it would make a lovely, soft, ethereal pajagi piece. And also little pieces of it could work for my underwater piece. Love this fringing, and it's got. Where's the embroidery gone? This lovely embroidery in the sort of soft peachy colour. So pretty. Oh, it's lovely. That is just lovely. That's the most gorgeous colour. I don't know how well the camera's not really doing it justice. It often doesn't with this kind of blue. It's actually like a very, very soft duck egg blue. It's a slightly warmer blue than it looks there. Very pretty indeed. Look at these. Oh, is this that same ribbon? Aren't they gorgeous? This is just a total box of delights, this, isn't it? What? Made in Czechoslovakia. That must be quite vintage because it's Czech Republic now, isn't it? There's loads of it. It's a whole pack. 25 metres. Dear Stanley, just a note explaining the extras sent in this parcel. I have an overabundance of thread and I thought to send you some of it. Some is vintage and some of it is quite old. The ribbon is 1950s and I have many of them purchased as a job lot many years ago. I dye it often and have sent you some pieces dyed by me using all sorts of food dyes, Tim Holtz dyes and stamp pads. Oh, I've got some of those. Watercolour paints. It acts like American seam binding if you scrunch it up and dry it. Oh, lovely. Because I tried to get some of that seam binding because people like Tim Holtz do a lot of stuff like that. A lot of the ladies I used to watch a lot of doing junk journals use seam binding. You can never find it here. But yes, I see what you mean. It's got that lovely softness to it. I say you can never find it here, but when you do, it's really pricey. Have fun. I do. Also sent some fabrics I've been sent by friends, and the Indian fabric I got when I was out there in 2016 out in India, because Man did explain that she's a British born Sikh, so she knows India very well. So she said, she said that in a previous email, I remember that now. I must explain the 10 centimetre bonkers square I cut too small, so the edges were fraying, which is why I machine stitched it to the wadding. Aha, that is machine stitching. It's a lovely machine stitch though. To the wadding and vintage fabric. I've included some threads in case you need them. Gorgeous. I will make good use of that. It's very interesting that it takes these colours so beautifully as well, isn't it? Lovely, lovely, lovely. I think I'm going to put all the notes and cards inside my new little pochette. Pochette. Oh, this is going to make me drool. I love this kind of thing. Manda, I don't know if you ever saw, it's a while back now, the video where I bought the collection of vintage threads. Miss Cheatham's thread collection. If you haven't, check it out. You'll probably enjoy that one. Oh, I love this kind of thing. Absolutely love this kind of thing. And some people say don't use old threads in your projects because they might break and stuff, but you know, funny enough, I found with Miss Cheatham's ones, the only ones that didn't work still was some of the finer cotton ones if you pulled on them, because before I used them I sort of gave them a really good tug to make sure they were still alright, and some of the finer cotton ones weren't, you know, so they went in the aughts. They'll get used to something else, but the silk ones are all fine, oddly enough. I just love looking at even the labels on them. And look at this. Can you see the variation in colour on that? Oh, lush. That is so lush. So this is called Buttonhole Twist. Funny enough, I was just reading about that the other day, Buttonhole Twist. It's such lovely thread. It's gorgeous. These will go in with my vintage stationery project, I think. And that's what I was using the Miss Cheatham's threads for, but a lot of those are silk embroidery threads. Some of these are more kind of utility threads, but vintage, and just see that? I can tug on that and that's not giving out or anything. So this is Coats Fabricolour Net Silk Imperial Twist. Lovely. I love this kind of thing. Oh, I won't go through every single reel of thread with you now because it's... I was going to say it's only me who's going to be fascinated with them. It's probably not only me, but look how fine this is. I wish you could feel it again. I always find myself saying I want feely vision lately. I think it's silk. It says net silk up there. Imperial net silk. Absolutely gorgeous colour, which probably won't come across super well on the camera. Look how fine. I love it. I love this kind of thing. I will have to go back through this entire box once I finished filming. This is so beautiful. Let's put them all safely back in here for a minute. I think I've got some space left in because the Miss Cheatham's threads came in like an old shop display box, kind of from the early part of the 20th century, and there's still some space in there, so these can live in there. And the great thing was the colours were still so vibrant and everything because it had been kept in this box, you know, no light on them or anything, so I'll do the same with those, I think. Oh, there's more! Look at these. Oh, it's really making me want to get back to my vintage stationery now. I have told myself that once, although I have got a whole, I'll go through these properly afterwards, one by one. I have got a whole list of amazing, talented, inspiring people in our community. Some with YouTube channels, most not with YouTube channels, who I want to do projects inspired by them. So at the moment, Viviana Molinares is my muse. I'm doing the underwater world inspired by her. Before that, it was Maggie Morris. Lots of people joining in with both of those. It's just been lovely, and I have got a whole list of people that I want to get onto as well. Never-ending inspiration in our community, but I have promised myself that before I do that, I must finish a couple of projects that I started, one being the Vintage Dictionary and one being the Miller Fiori project, because I really should finish that. I've lost my thread. Oh yeah, so yeah, it will be lovely to have these to work with, as well as those sort of thicker, more embroidery type silks that I had. Is this going to be more? Oh, it is. I'm just blown away by these. I just love even the middles. I just love them. These that look like kind of rolled up. Do you know what? There's not much left on this one. I'm tempted to take it off. I'm going to take it off so I can see what it says in the middle. I can soon wind it back on again. Okay, so the end of the thread is caught up in there. That's how they've done it. I want to see what's inside this roll. It's a good idea, isn't it? Because then when you finish the reel, you can you know where to get another one. Well, you wouldn't anymore, but Regal Twist pure silk for buttonholes, button sewing, quilting, smocking, faggoting. I don't even know what that is. Anybody tell me what faggoting is? Well, be careful what you say in the YouTube comments. And fancy stitchery, the symbol of quality, made in Great Britain, Sewing Silks Limited. Perivale Sewing Silks. You don't see much made in Great Britain anymore. Oh, I did still have 9 metres there. Regal Twist, Perivale Pure Silk. I have to look them up. I looked up the company that made a lot of the threads, the vintage threads that were Miss Cheatham's back in the 30s. Excuse me if you can hear my tummy rumbling. I haven't had time to eat today. I literally haven't had time to eat today. These are just, I'm just so blown away by these. Look at that gorgeousness. God, feels lovely. So I say I wasn't expecting anything like this. I wasn't expecting anything like this much. There's still more. Oh God. Oh look. Look at this. It's one of these spindles that I think they come from factories or something. Oh, so I can use it. I can use the beautiful thread, and then I can use the centre of it as a spool for a slow stitch scroll. It's gorgeous. Lovely metal. I wonder what that metal is. It almost looks like silver, doesn't it? It's a beautiful thing. I mean, it's a utilitarian thing, isn't it? I guess, but it's a beautiful thing. I mean, is it what I'm thinking? Is it, or is it actually a spindle or something? I don't know. I'm assuming it's one of those, but I don't know. Amanda, do you know? Where did you find it? It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm so overwhelmed here. There's another little box inside a box here as well. I've got a little stack of fabrics here. Oh God, look at this. This is a huge piece. That's the back. This is, let's make sure I get it the right way around. No, this is the front. This is the front. I quite often like the back as well as the front, I have to say. That is gorgeous. That's a lovely big piece as well. I can do something really special with that. I think maybe make a top or something with that. That's really nice. It's quite sheer. I'd have to wear it over something or double it up or layer it if I made a top, but I think there's plenty there to make a top with. Just love it. I love the colours. I love the feel of it. It feels beautiful. Kind of a batik type print, isn't it? It's not batik, block printed, isn't it? Block printed. Gorgeous, begging to be stitched into. That's another nice big piece. It strikes me actually that's the kind of thing that will make a lovely backing for a small kind of Kawandi type piece as well. When you want to turn it into like a wrap or something, you know, perfect for that. Oh, look at this, look at the colours. These gorgeous colours. Oh, what? Look at these. That is lush. Well, those colours, it's so lovely together. Look at this lace. Oh, what? Oh. Hang on, I need a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Look, look, look. Vintage linens. Look at this, look at this. Oh, I can do my embroidery for my vintage stationery can all be done on it. This is just perfect for it. Lovely hand stitched piece here. Oh, I've got this. I've not got it. Well, I have now. I've got the pattern for this in one of those vintage embroidery magazines from the 30s, which has transfers in it and stuff. Briggs, one of the Briggs transfers. I recognise this. It must have been a very popular one, I think. How lovely to think that someone has painstakingly stitched that by hand. It's beautiful. This is the perfect kind of fabric to do those kind of transfers on, isn't it? It's a lovely Victorian lady with a gathering flowers in her garden. Really lovely. That'll go in the vintage stationery as well. Anonymous contributor. Beautiful pieces. And it seems like sacrilege to think about it, but just recently I've been looking at what Create and Craft with Christine has done with some of her vintage lace pieces. She has some huge amount of them. I think they must it seems to be a bit easier to find embroidery, old like vintage linens and embroideries and things over there in Australia than it is here, I think. Because I don't tend to get that kind of thing she gets them in her op shops. I don't tend to see them in the charity shops here. Looks like this piece has been done, that's all been done in one piece, and then the edge has been added. But yeah, what she's been doing is colouring them with Inktense blocks. And the latest project she's done with them is to use them to decorate a pair of trousers, and they look incredible. It's for a specific party or something, I think, but I'd wear them all the time. But yeah, you kind of feel like, oh, you shouldn't do it because they're these beautiful, delicate, neutral and white colours, but actually they do look stunning like that if you can bring yourself to do it, you know, if it gets another use out of them. Look at this. And I have tried doing this kind of lace, you know, either crocheted or tatted lace, and it's time consuming. It makes you very appreciative of the amount of work that went into a piece like this. Oh my word, look at these. Maybe I should have a whole section for lace in my vintage stationery. Preserve some of these beautiful pieces. Broderie anglaise, I suppose this is, isn't it? So delicate, so pretty, so pretty. Beautiful. See, if I found one like with a mark on it like that, can't really see it very well on the camera, it's not much, then that would give me an excuse that I could think, well, okay, I'll try colouring that piece then. This one's been done in a different colour anyway, it's quite unusual to see. Beautifully done. Again, that looks like a crochet lace, that one, doesn't it? Very, very, very pretty. Look at this. They've obviously kept these beautifully as well, and they're in lovely condition. Oh, look at this. This is unusual with the kind of filigree across it like that. I love that. Oh, I think that's a really unusual one. Love it. Love. So beautiful. Wow. Oh, look at these. Now this is the thing that I tried from Golden Hands magazine. I've got the Golden Hands collection from back in the 70s, and they tell you how to make this filet net. And I even managed to get hold of from eBay a vintage, unopened, and it was quite reasonable as well, unopened tool for doing a special kind of shuttle that they use for doing this kind of thing. And I did a little bit of it and then stopped and haven't gone back to it since. It was not easy. I'm impressed with this. But what a lovely effect with it stitched onto that damask in the centre there. It just always just really makes me think about the people that sat and just like we do now. We weren't any different. Sat and spent many hours putting these things together. One of the things that always strikes me is how you can turn it over and you have to think twice before you decide which is the right side. They're so neat. This is the right side, I think. Yeah, someone spent many hours doing this, just as we do now. Oh, it's just, this is mind-blowing. I'm going on and on and on. There's still a tiny box in a box there as well. Look at these. Just stunning pieces of work. I love that one. That's another favourite. Love that contrast of these kind of webby pieces with the solid piece of linen in the middle. They just really set each other off beautifully. That's another quite unusual one I really like. So delicate. And I was looking for threads to buy. I was looking for sort of bargain threads to buy to take with me to the bazaar event. I came across quite a lot of bundles of like crochet hooks and tatting shuttles and things with balls of crochet thread in these kind of neutral colours, where some of them included kind of part worked rolls of lace that someone had worked on, or part done embroideries, or like a tray cloth that had part of its lacy border worked but someone had never got to finish it. And I just thought how sad really that they're just being sold off on eBay, but then maybe somebody like us will buy them and appreciate them. This is that one. I had to look up how they made this when I first came across this, and it's this now I've forgotten what it's called, Battenberg, I think they call it Battenberg lace, and they form these designs with this kind of a fine cotton tape. If you have a look at the shapes in there, you can see, I can't work out which is the right way up. That way, I think. They form the tape into these shapes, and then they're all linked together with these stitches. And I was so fascinated with it. I tried to see if you could get hold of any tape like it, but I couldn't find anything. Like it. There's some beautiful examples I found in trying to look up what it was. Quite fiddly, I imagine. Quite time consuming and fiddly to produce this piece. Many hours, if not days of work in that. I wonder what the person who made it would think if they if they could see me now opening it and showing people on camera their work. Probably be really pleased. I know I would. Gorgeous, isn't it? Gorgeous. I've seen some beautiful pieces where people have just mounted them against a dark velvet or something in the background in a box frame, and kind of overlap them over one another a little bit, and just, yeah, that's a different one again. That almost looks knitted, that one. But I don't know. Feels different as well, like it's done with a different kind of yarn. They are just blooming stunning, aren't they? Stunning work. And there's some more. There's a fine piece of linen here. Oh, it's got some embroidery on it. Wow. Now, how's that been done? So it's a really fine, I don't know if it's cotton lawn, maybe, or yeah. Trying to work out how it's been done. I think it's been hand hemmed, and I think this, I'm going to come to the little bird in a minute, this little kind of decorative edging has been done by taking a coloured thread through underneath every other thread, maybe. There we go. Yeah, to create that interesting effect, which I've not seen before, or if I've seen it, I've kind of just not noticed it, not looked at it closely enough. There we go, you can see it better now. What an interesting effect, which I shall certainly be copying. But this bird, how has that been done? The stitches are minuscule. that's the wrong side. I think this must be hand done. I'm in awe of the person who did this and their eyesight. It's like thread painting with the tiniest stitches. So I'm going to leave my thumbnail there for scale. So that whole bird is like, well, that's my little fingernail. Look at the size of the stitches. Hang on, there we go. Look at the size of those stitches. They're minuscule. Wow, it feels gorgeous. But you barely feel a raised. You can feel it slightly raised, and there's a difference in texture, but the lines are sharp, and that is awesome, and a very pretty, sweet little motif as well. I guess that would have been a napkin, wouldn't it? My arms are almost sore with goose pimples now. I have absolutely no idea how I'm going to do any kind of a thumbnail with this. I've been going on for 45 minutes or more, and I've still got another box in a box. What is going to be in here? Blimey. What? Oh, yum. I won't go through every single reel, I promise, but I've just got to have a look at some of these. They're so lovely. I mean, we still know the Anchor brand, and I think Coats and Anchor kind of merged. This feels like you'd use it as an extra strong button thread. Yeah, extra strong button thread. Exactly what I said. Oh look, Woolworths 10p. I remember Woolworths. There's one down there I'm desperate to get to because it looks different. Look at this. Looks like it's made of, I don't know, is it like an early plastic or something? It's almost like it's made of beeswax, doesn't it? Machine twist. Yeah. They're just like all weights, colours, types. There's these lovely metallic ones. It's very fine. Ah, there we go, got it. Got a piece. No, I haven't. Pulled the wrong end. Ah, there we go. It's very gauged, so that's going to be a very pretty effect for thread painting or whatever. Extremely fine. Really gorgeous. Look at this one. This is really catching my eye. Again, feels absolutely amazing. Looks quite old. The colour is stunning. It's a real, what I'd call a green gold. It's a bit like the green gold colour in Golden Paints Fluid Acrylics. It reminds me of that. Timofil. That's another very pretty colour. Very fine. Lovely to have these different weights. Very get your thread in, and really these would be gorgeous for thread painting. This one. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. Madeira. Ah, I've seen this Madeira. It feels like silk. I don't think it is, but it feels like silk. Look at all of these. There's masses of it. I love the little reels. Some of these are wooden cotton reels as well, which you just hardly ever get anymore, do you? Oh, lovely. I'll make blooming good use of all of them. Look at this kind of fluorescent pink. Oh, I'm stunned here. I can't fit all this in the thumbnail. There's no way I can fit all this in the thumbnail. What do we do? Blimey. Let's pull out a couple of pretty colours for just for show. There we go. They all go nice, don't they? Oh wait, I've missed something. so nice to see that made in Great Britain. It's so rarely you see it now. I love them. It's fantastic that they're still usable as well after all this time. If I try and show everything, it's going to be a completely bewildering thumbnail. So basically, it's not possible to do it justice because there's just too much there. Because yet again, I've just been spoilt rotten. Oh, the piece underneath is just gone now. All those other fabrics have just gone. But I think that'll work. I think that'll just have to work. Mad. I'm gobsmacked. It's not often you see me almost lost for words, but blimey, I'm blown away by that lot. I'm going to very much enjoy sitting and going through the whole thing again now. Chores can wait. To enjoy every little piece of that. I will enjoy for many months and years to come using those pieces. And your piece for the Bonkers quilt is just phenomenal. It's beautiful. Let me know what you think about the idea of putting that Maya Angelou quote on the inside. I think that'd be lovely. Yeah, I'm a bit lost for words, as you can tell. Thank you very much, Amanda. I really appreciate it for sharing those treasures with me and for putting them all together so beautifully. That was an absolute joy. It's just okay. Thanks very much to everyone else for watching as well, and I will see you all again really soon. We're going to go back through it all again now. Bye.